Hey, you got the old cowboy himself, Grandpa Coyote, flying high in this Rocky Mountain sky here at 9,000 feet. Yes, indeedy. Ooh, babies, we got the radiant love going on, don't we, John? How about it, Jane? Are we shaking your brain, getting your heart back? Brand new start. The wake-up call, y'all. Right here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only and exclusively on the Hazy Radio Network. And the lovingest network you ever found. Happiest hearts dancing around, especially on this side of town this time of day, man, with Grandpa Coyote and his angels. We got it all underway. They be your angels too, baby, because nobody belongs to anyone. We all belong to everyone, and everyone's belonging to us, man. And we're all belonging in our belonging with one another too, babies. And in other words, we can't belong because we don't own. We are everything that loves and lives. How's that for a rocking good start for your rocking little heart as the Coyote Medicine comes into play once again this time of day, each and every day, Monday through Friday. And right now we happen to be wobbling through Wednesday, working our way towards a blue moon. And wow, about what is that, 9 days, baby, including today, of course, you know, so it's 8 days actually. But wow, 4:43 in the morning, July 31. Oh my God, it's earth-shattering, it's groundbreaking, and it's heart attack making, man, in this loving sort of way that brings you back to life and doesn't kill you away. Hell no, babies. We're here to live, not to die, man. We're here to, blossom and then to fly. Why not, you know? That's you, that's I. We're in everything, babies. We're just dancing this thing that they ever could be in this slow motion love machine we called life living for a while. Where are we going with it now, babies? What's happening in the realm of the heart? You know we can't rely on the old shit anymore. It's like the old cowboy can't rely on the rodeo once this day is done, man, you know. I knew this one son shining bright, man. He got his start back in, I think, the roaring 20s, you know, being a rodeo cowboy. I mean, he was a cowboy on a ranch when he was a kid, so it was natural to him, you know. He'd been riding calves and, you know, roping calves and doing this and that and the other like a cowboy does since he was a kid. It's a hard life, man. Outdoors all the time, man. Weather, ooh, nasty old cows, mean old bulls. I mean, you know, shoot, and a harsh life too, you know. And what you got to do to the animals to get on through. It's not a lot of fun yet. It's a free of life as could be back in that time and that dynasty, you see. And he found a way to make it pay, man. You know, as he rodeoed his way into several championships, he became like the owner of this ranch in Valencia, California, and then he became like, you know, the rock star of his day in the rodeo way, man. He did a lot of film work, mostly stunts, but a lot of acting too, you know. C.V. Bussy, man. You look him up, man. I wonder if he'll even Google up. I'll bet he will. You know, somebody tell me there in the chat room. Go Google up C.V., the initials C&V, like Charlie, Virginia. Bussy, Bussey. See what you find there, man. I'd like to know, man. That'd be interesting. I'm going to have to do it after the show today, man. Look it up myself, you know. But he's quite the rockin' dude. But by the time I ran into him, he's like already, you know, had his day and had his way. And now he was retired and had this sweet little woman with him. And, man, he was just rocking all right for a guy that broke every bone in his body. And I was just fascinated with his tales, man. Working with... Oh, shit. What did we do? We missed the switch again, didn't we? Damn. I don't know how I do that. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know how I do that. Sometimes I just miss that switch. I hit it, but sometimes it don't click. Thank you for calling, baby, and pointing that out to my attention here. Wow. Well, you didn't miss too much, and we'll get it clear here one of these days, okay? Love you. Thanks for calling me and bringing my attention to it, man. I tell you, finally got me through it here. Wow. Guys, tripping up today, but just a little bit, wouldn't you say? It's been so rocking this morning. I'm so glowing and so flowing. I don't always notice. Yeah, I hit that switch, but sometimes you got to hit it a second time. It's just a little glitch in the program, you know, a little itch in my nostril that doesn't work quite right. But we got it now. So here he was saying, you know, how you got the old cowboy himself, the old mystical cowboy, Grandpa Coyote, here on the Coyote Medicine Show, only and exclusively on the ever-loving Hazy Radio Network. Big love for our loving network and all the people in it. You guys rock, man. I tell you what, you know, check out some of the other shows here, man. Let's see what days of the week is it. Oh, it's Wobbly Wednesday. So today you get a repeat of this show afterwards. Well, a repeat of one of our Coyote Medicine shows for a little while, don't you know? Thursdays were followed by Madeline's numerology show, so you want to be around for that tomorrow, because that's always interesting. Her and Merlin seem to whoop up their own particular brand of magic and help you get it right and righteous, man. So you want to be there for that. And of course, gosh, there's Paranormal Underground. There's all kinds of the rock and roll psychic, you know. Wow, there's all kinds of shows on in the evening, too, you know. Scott Hare, now that guy's got some connections. He gets some great guests on there, man. You want to be around for his show, too. And, you know, there's always the universal paradox of life going on 24/7. And we're always walking our way through it, baby. So might as well tune in here and see if you can't get it clear, man. It's the paradox might exist very, very near, and you may need a little assistance, dear. So don't be afraid to hang out here on the Hazy Radio. Don't be afraid to get it clear, and if you are, well, embrace the fear and say, why? Here's to you and your loving too, babies, and all that you live and all that you do and all that you are, babies. Each and every one of us, in appreciating ourselves, set ourselves free and liberate the reality around us. Why do we want to stay locked up? Screw that. Man, just like living in paradise. And it's going to stay that way. Because that's the way we're flowing today. You know, we're going deep, deep, deep inside, you know, but we're taking a very, very high ride. We've been dancing, we've been lightening up from the darkest parts of our being and not even realizing it, you know, just bringing it up out of that old muck, you know, making it appreciate the mud it's been stuck in for so long, these stubborn parts of our little person. Oh, yeah. See, it's a clownish thing to be and do, you know. If you're going to be a stick in the mud, you got to have fun with it, too, you know. So you be a spoiled, naughty little child, you know. And that's the primal shit we deal with inside of ourselves. This little 3-year-old that just is spoiled and just wants to have it their way all the time. Whatever warped old idea, kid-like idea that might be, you know. We're pretty innocent in that kid-like way, but it's an angry sort of thing, too. It's demanding and a little bit demeaning, but not much, you know. It's innocent, so it really can't demean anything, but sometimes it feels like, it's like, God, kid, where did you come up with that? And you look at him and you wonder and you wonder and you wonder and you say, what is going on here? Why ain't this kid getting it clear? But yeah, they always are. The naughty child lives inside to bring us back to life, to maintain our innocence. And that's why our feelings there are so primal. When you get real inside of yourself and you see what's really going on, you quit bullshitting yourself, in other words, about these surface feelings, and you get down there to see what's real. What's the motivation behind any insane jealousy you might be having, or any particular grief, you know, etc. You know, what's going on behind all of that, you know. And there you find that child, that primal child, like 3 years old. I'd give it a general age. For some it might be 1, for some it might be 4, but it's somewhere back in that region, generally around 3. Before you give up your innocence entirely, you know, but you have become kind of a spoiled little bum because people have been nice to you, because you're kind of cute. You know, in a baby-like sort of way. Babies can't help it. They're just born beautiful, man, and innocent and just so delightful, you know. They tend to make people happy wherever they go, wherever they may be. Ooh, but then they become little fuss bunnies or something because, well, whatever. they get too much or not enough, or you know how it is, man. They're adjusting into a very uncomfortable environment. They came from the most comfortable place on the face of earth inside their mama's tummy, at least for a while, till it gets crowded in there. It's pretty cool to be hanging. It's like hanging out in outer space and being just the amoeba of love from which it all comes. I mean, just what, it's a nice, warm, loving place to be, and golden light everywhere. I mean, shit. Playing the baby growing up into mama's belly is pretty cool in a way, but then comes the reality, and little bit by little bit we get taken away from that innocent place of pure love, which is but a reflection of the real love that we live in, you see. I remember the first moment this old cowboy experienced a moment like that, a moment like inside the womb of life, the ever-loving mother. I didn't even fully realize what it was at the time, but after giving it some consideration, it finally dawned on me one day what it could be. I was just kneeling there in this mystical way in the center of this, it looked like a pretty gigantic room, but it was all around me glowing red, and gold in the gold in the red. I mean, just glittering gold, and this shaft of golden light coming from above me through my head and down through my bent up on knees and feet back into the existential reality. I mean, that's where the golden glow was coming in the red surroundings, but the red was real passionate red, but glowing with that gold light of love as it flowed through you into this creation around you, And years later, after that experience, which was a grand opening for me, when I began to experience the reality of spirit and found out it wasn't just somebody's bullshit written in some bullshit book somewhere, some chant or some phase of ritual, etc. It was a living thing that we just had somehow avoided, but that a person could, step right into it without the aid of anything superficial, that you could be there just by opening your presence in a certain way and focusing on certain parts of your person and giving yourself some time to relax into it. Maybe talking yourself into it a little bit, something like that. Mystical meditation, in a way, I call it communication, communion with the heart. You see, and that's where my beginning was in that moment. It was like a rebirth. It was like being reincarnated inside the womb of life. And there I was, the baby love, the golden light of life pouring through me, creating me inside of this womb-like environment. That was the red. That's the mother's tummy surrounding you, man. The passionate color of blood, radiant blood from which you are growing. Out of the mother's life comes your life, you see. Growing quite naturally, the same way a cactus grows in the desert or a flower grows in the garden. This comes up naturally. It might need a little encouragement here and there, and a little nutrition, etc., but Mother Earth tends to take care of her own, and we tend to take care of our own, too, inside of ourselves quite naturally. So despite what seemed like tyranny and agony for the innocent sometimes, the journey's pretty rough for a child because the mother's not very here, Everybody has their difficulties, and not everybody has an easy start. But everybody gets that flow and direction, you see. That's our beginning. That's when life first conceived of us as these divine presences that we are. And from that seed person of love, that one person in the center of that grand, golden, glowing, red reality, came all that is and all that be, born inside of the mother womb of life, that the universe itself created in order to birth this being into existence, which is then all of us, because it spread itself out through expansion and expansive moments and loving ways into all of creation. It is the conscious presence of the singular pure child in everything, the beginning moment where love began to expand into experience. And now that it's gotten to know itself so well, it has returned to that place. Yes, of course, it is born of its own heart, its own creation, which is the universe creating it. You see, and us in the universe created in that universe. I mean, it works together. It's simultaneous. Like time does not stretch or exist any longer. There's just this existence that's constantly expanding and growing from a joyful and grateful place inside of itself. A place where it came to know itself through some rather gritty and gnarly experience, and came to accept itself in a new way. An allowance is made for all the crap that's gone on in this reality and inside of your life and mine too. An allowance is given. That with that we're all through. We're saying, okay, that was then. That was that place. Where are we now? Here. And that all blesses us because it brought us here to this awakening moment where we fully embrace that golden heart of love, that shaft of golden light that is our golden heart of love, creating, flowing into existence, into creation, all around us. A moment so pure in time, so simple, so sweet, and beyond description in the power in which it exists, flowing itself into this divine creation. Now we know how it feels to be real, to be the glow of life, the love, the vessel through which it passes. Holy shite, kids. You got that right. Hang on to your green jeans, jelly bean. It only gets better from here. As we continue this flight here and into the great daylight, the sunrise in your heart, the golden light of love glittering through you into all of this reality around you too. Kinda hard to beat, ain't it, man? Yeah, I'd say so. That's the grandpa, the grandma flow. I mean, it's the together thing, all of it united. Here on the Coyote Medicine Show, a little wake-up call, don't you know? Only on the Hazy Radio Network. Oh, baby, spread those wings. Be the expansive things. See it flowing through you. Yeah.
Because I'm still